All right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Scott Manning coming to you live from Scott Manning YouTube Sports Talk. I was going to take the day off today, but literally, folks, just about 5-10 minutes ago, I got the sad news that nobody wants to hear. Former UCLA Bruin basketball star and former member of the Sacramento Kings, Tyler Honeycutt, has died after an exchange of gunfire with the Los Angeles Police Department on Friday night. Honeycutt was at age 27. He was 27 years old. And what led to this whole thing was he barricaded himself inside of a Sherman Oaks residence which is a prestigious part of Los Angeles. Police were called in after his mom reported that he'd been acting erratically. We don't know what the real deal was, but actually what happened was he was actually involved in a shootout with Los Angeles police. No Los Angeles police officers were hurt, according to the LAPD. Several residents had to be evacuated as a precaution. I personally think I know what happened was, this is one of those deals where it's just sad. I'll get to that in a minute. But Tyler Honeycutt, he played with the UCLA Bruins from 2009 and 2011. He was a second-round draft pick with the Sacramento Kings back in 2011. He played 24 games with the Sacramento Kings over 2 seasons before he decided to continue his playing career overseas. It's a sad deal. We don't know the exact stories, but the way his mom said he was acting erratically, who wants to bet drugs were involved? I can almost guarantee it. I'm not going to say anything, but my thing is, I think drugs may have been involved in this sad deal. Look at some of these big-name players that we've had. Remember Len Bias in 1986? He was one of the best players out of the University of Maryland. He got drafted number 1 by the Boston Celtics. He got hooked on cocaine and he died. The cocaine killed him. But who wants to bet with Tyler Honeycutt that drugs were involved? His mom said he was acting erratically. It proves that star athletes that we haven't seen in years. It's a sad deal all around. And I think it's just, I don't know what to say. But I will say this. I think it's a tragedy that a young player, that a guy, 27 years old, who was a great player at UCLA, who would have had a great future. If he would have came back to the States, I think he would have made a name for himself, but he played overseas. That's why we haven't heard much from him. But I think it's just a tragedy all around. I'm not going to speculate, but I'm just thinking. When his mom said he was acting erratically, who wants to bet drugs were involved? That's what's going on with some of these big-name athletes nowadays. They think they're all that. And they think they're something special. But they're not. I think it's ridiculous. I try to keep my personal opinions to myself, but when you hear stories like this, it shakes the nation up, and it shakes everybody up. Where are we at in society today? You remember back in the days when you used to be able to look up to your heroes and look up to many people in this country? That has all of a sudden changed. Now it's all big money contracts. What happened to playing the game, playing your sport just for the love of the game? Those days are gone. And I personally think what needs to happen is there needs to be some. Now we know there's going to be an investigation of what happened in the shootout with the LAPD, but I can almost guarantee drugs had to be involved. He may have gotten some drugs because think about it. We have an opioid crisis in this country. It's something you might want to keep in the back of your mind. I'm probably going to be off base, and if I am, I'm sorry. But if you ask me, here's what I think happened. Honeycutt's mom was the one that called the police. It's unclear if he took his own life or the police killed him. We don't know. We'll have the questions of those. We'll have the answer to that investigation in the coming days. But in the meantime, we're mourning an athlete, another star athlete who made the decision of making a wrong choice, and now his family's grieving over his bad choice. What more can you say? Except my condolences to the family. My prayers go out to them. But once again, we're reporting a tragedy on a sad athlete. It's sad all the way around. I know Honeycutt. He played at UCLA, and that was a privilege to play at a school like that. Back in the old days of John Wooden. You know, there's not much more you can say. Except my prayers go out to the family. And I'm going to be honest with you. Something's got to be done about some of these athletes who think they're above the law, but they're not. And who wants to bet drugs were involved in this case? It's Los Angeles. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you come from the best, you can have the most wealthy family in the world. You can have a drug problem. You can come from the mean streets, the back streets, drugs and gangs, a problem. Now, we don't know the whole story about what happened. But my prayers go out to the Honeycutt family. And my prayers go out to the family this day. And my prayers go out to the LAPD that they'll be able to recover from this whole situation. As we don't know for sure what the whole story is. I hope to know more at least by next week. We'll probably know more. The LAPD is probably going to have a release a statement. They're probably going to have a big press conference. They're going to call a conference and about what happened. Everybody talks about how Los Angeles is gang central. Either drugs or gangs were involved. I got the feeling. I'm probably way off the mark, like I said. But my prayers go out to the Honeycutt family. And that's all I got to say. I'm sorry, but it's just that I was planning on having a nice quiet day at home, but then when I get a story like this, the day gets ruined. And I'm not going to go any further than that here on this day. Folks, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. My prayers go out to the Honeycutt family. And my prayers also go out to the Los Angeles Police Department. They do a fantastic job out there. I've seen what they've been able to do. And I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, and I want to thank you guys for tuning in on this day. This is Scott Manning saying goodbye. Have a great day. And to my prayers go out to the Honeycutt family, and my prayers go out to the LAPD. See you later, guys. Goodbye, and thank you.